to ramp up or restart, if you're really old, the GHK copper peptide pathway or factory. So GHK copper peptide, don't get confused by that. Peptides are signaling molecules. Your body has the way of getting a message from A to B. So some spot in your body, you need to go somewhere and turn something on. There's not a light switch, so it sends peptides, and this peptide has a copper molecule. That's what the CU stands for, and that's used to do a lot of things. I highly recommend you go to this website. This is the website of the doctor who discovered that peptide in 1973. His name is Dr. Lauren Picard. We're going to go there right now, and I want to show you. These are very important things because when you place this patch on your body, all of the things on this website are potentially happening to you, irrespective of what you're feeling. Sometimes people, we get a little impatient and we want to have some huge noticeable effect when we put this patch on. I want to tell you, and I'm going to show you, I didn't even know I had the biggest thing the patches have cured for me, and that was in my heart. I didn't even know I had it. And it was a coincidence, a happy coincidence, that I found out after I'd started using the patches what I had that I'm going to show you. And then a year and a half later, had the same test done, and then it showed that it went away. So I guarantee, well, I can't guarantee, but almost with 100% certainty, there are people either watching this live or who are watching the recorded version. You have things right now you won't even know you had or went away unless you have a test done that shows that you have it. So unless you have pain that goes away right away, it's difficult to judge whether or not the stem cells that get activated with this stem cell activation patch, that you can't always tell what it's healing. So keep that in mind as we go through this. But look at this. This is 2 of the 6 categories on this website. GHK, skin and hair, tightened loose skin, repaired protective skin barrier. How many have looked at their skin? You know, I'm 68. How many have looked at their skin and you look and it looks like kind of crinkled? Well, tightens loose skin and thickens older skin, repaired the barriers, improved skin firmness, elasticity, reduced fine lines and depth of wrinkles, smoothed rough skin. And I've had so many people tell me, you know, I had these spots on my skin, on my face, and the mottled hyperpigmentation is what they're referring to. And they tell me how much that went away. Look at this. Now, do we cure cancer? We do not claim to cure cancer. We cannot say things like that. One of the fastest way to get the ire of, or the scrutiny of the FDA is to say, hey, we kill cancer. So we don't do that. But look at this. It topped 1,309 bioactive compounds for the treatment human metastatic colon cancer. Again, we don't cure colon cancer, but what happens, this is the recommended compound. It's what gets elevated by wearing the patch. GHK reset the programmed cellular death system in human cancer cells. So what are cancer cells? They are cells that never die. They are cells that don't stop producing or reproducing. Normal cells, when they make a new one and they butt up against their neighbor, there's an inhibition that occurs that tells them, stop making new cells. Cancer cells lose that, and they just keep making cells and reproducing, and then they invade their neighbors and destroy the normal tissues. Well, GHK resets that programmed cellular death. Isn't that remarkable? Do we cure cancer? We do not say that. GHK-copper plus ascorbic acid suppressed sarcoma in mice. NFKB P65, you don't even have to know what that is. but it's believed to promote cancer growth. The GHK inhibits that substance. It repairs damaged DNA at the cellular level. Next category. I'm spending time on this because it's really, really important. Lung protective, the top thing recommended for treatment of COPD. Do we treat COPD? We do not. And we don't claim to cure it. But the GHK-copper peptide is the #1 thing recommended for treatment of COPD. It protects lung tissue. Antioxidant properties. You don't even have to know what these are. SOD1 activity. This is the big antioxidant and anti-inflammatory pathway. Know that this is your big defense when something's invading and you have a lot of oxidative stress. Well, huge antioxidant and anti-inflammatory properties with the GHK. Here's the biggie on the right, stem cells. This is what we talk about. It's only one of 6 categories of the properties of the GHK-copper peptide. Brain and nerves induce strong anti-anxiety and anti-aggression, anti-pain, alleviated neuronal apoptosis due to intracerebral hemorrhage. So what is that? So when we have a hemorrhage intracerebrally, what happens is a lot of cells start to die. Well, the GHK helped alleviate that, and so not as many neurons die. So you can go to this website, but one more thing, increase the healing of many tissues, skin, stomach, intestinal lining, bone. This actually was the first thing to happen for me at 2.5 months. I noticed huge changes in my gut health. So here's why this is so important. The GHK-copper peptide, LifeWave obtained a patent in 2020 on the X39 technology because why? They proved to the U.S. Patent Office that it elevates, that wearing the patch elevates the GHK-copper peptide. So that's that connection right there. A couple more things. This is how the peptide was discovered. They put old liver cells into a petri dish and then put the GHK-copper peptide in there. And here's what happened. It actually reversed the age of the old liver cells, and they started acting like young liver cells. This is what happens in our body as well. With our old stem cells, it turns them, it reverses the age of our old liver stem cells, and then we start making new stem cells. Rapid wound healing, collagen repair, collagen destruction. And one might ask, if you've never been on this call, why would somebody want to destroy collagen? Well, I'm going to have you close your eyes in a minute if you have a queasy stomach. It also resets 4,200 of our genes to a younger state. So close your eyes or turn away if you have a queasy stomach. This is why you would want to destroy collagen. So this is actually the back of a friend of mine's brother. He had this lesion for 8 years. When he used the patch, it had to destroy the capsule around it so that it could ooze out and then heal. The other reasons to destroy collagen would be scar tissue. You got scar tissue, it's not very flexible. It helps turn the scar tissue back to more normal skin. Athletes all over the world are using them. You see these patches on these athletes. One right here looks like a Nirvana patch. He's a motocross racer. Why I would need that as well. Power lifter, you see them right here. You see them on the calf of this guy. Our Olympics swimmers used them in 2004 with Michael Phelps. Got accused of doping, found out it wasn't. They won a lot of medals. David Beckham. There were over 300 Olympic athletes using the LifeWave patches in the Beijing 2008 Olympics. Hair, skin, regeneration, a finger that was cut off. The doctor said it's going to die if you don't put a flap over it. The dad said, no, it's going to grow back.